Hey sweet face, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So y'all already know, before we go into this video, I have another holograph cut crease look that is up on my channel, and this time I did it with pinks and purples because we are in the love season. So here are the love colors. So if you like it and you want to see how I did it, please check it out. It was uploaded Monday, and I will link it down below in the description. So you know, since it's love season, I want to talk about topics that relate to love. Next week, I will be uploading a badge talk video where we will be talking about Miss Mama's down there and how to keep her healthy, how to keep her clean, and signs of what to look for when she is not okay. So stay tuned for my kitty talk video next week. But today we are going to start with my people, the socially awkward. As a socially awkward person myself, I figured there's someone out there. These could go for regular dating tips, but y'all know, I mean, dates themselves automatically kind of make you awkward, especially the first date. So we're gonna talk about it. So before you go on any date, wash your ass. Like, when you're going on a date, even if you're not planning on doing anything, like, it's supposed to be a vibe. It's supposed to, you know, just in case y'all want to get close, because 9 times out of 10 at some point you're gonna be close. But I mean, y'all know stank, you ain't gotta be close to smell stank. Don't get off of work and just head on over to your date, or schedule a date right after you get off of work. Go wash your behind before you go on a date. Take care of all your hygiene. And if you have something that you're super insecure about, maybe it's bad breath, maybe it's, I don't know. If you have something that you're insecure about and you don't want to have to worry about it while you're on your date, trust me, if it's an insecurity, you done found a way to fix it or cover it up, at least for a few hours. Take care of it before you go on that date. If you have stomach problems, you know, being out, take some Pepto, take some mints to freshen up your breath. Hell, if you gotta go that far after you eat, if you know when you go out you want to eat something heavy, something greasy, hell, take a mini toothbrush and some toothpaste, so that if you do decide to be super close, you know, once you go to the bathroom before you leave, ladies, because we all do it at some point, we go to the bathroom, brush your teeth. If you know it's a problem, brush your teeth. But just overall, make sure you take care of everything. If you get ashy a lot, make sure you pack some lotion, make sure you pack some baby oil, coconut oil, and a little mini travel thing, whatever you gotta do. Cause ain't nobody trying to reach over for your hand and they feel like you've been playing in flour. Ladies, make sure to moisturize this area. We like that. So when it comes to dress code for a first date, obviously your first date, unless you just know this person and you've hung out with this person before, your first date obviously is gonna be somewhere public, especially if this is your first time meeting that person. And if you have to be told that if this is your first time meeting this person, have the date somewhere public. So you want to dress attractive, but you don't want to give away too much. I mean, you want to give a little peeky peek, but I love dressing sexy. So, I mean, when you go on my social media, you know what to expect. I'm not going to show up in a pantsuit, but I'm not going to be trashy either. But you don't want to wear something that's going to cause a wardrobe malfunction. You're not trying to give away too much on your first date, but you want him coming back for more, if you catch my drift. So call your fashion conscious friends. If you're super nervous, sometimes that can cloud your judgment when it comes to your outfit and, you know, just ask your friends. Don't call your friend that always be dressing like. If your friend can't dress better than you or as good as you, if you're always having to tell her to go back in the house and change clothes, don't call that friend. If you have to, go on Pinterest. I get a lot of my, well, just about all of my outfit ideas from Pinterest. It can be your best friend. Somebody asks you on a date, that means they want your attention. So leave your phone on the table. Now, I know this is hard, especially for socially awkward people, because we have 100 things running through our mind and we're trying not to be so self-conscious and just paying too much attention to ourselves or paying too much attention to them. If you're like me, eye contact, I cannot do eye contact, and if I do, I can't do it for a long period of time. I can't. It makes me very nervous, especially if I like you. But just try to practice. You know, if you feel like you're getting too shy, just look down, but do not be on your phone, because that is the #1 way to show your date that you are just not interested or that they don't have your attention. And that's not what they asked you out for. They want your attention. They want to at least know that you are here on this date and that you're not too busy. If you got something to do on your phone or you got something to do that busy, you should have scheduled this date on another day. But just make sure you can give that person your attention, even if you're not looking on your phone. Sometimes just not being on your phone alone, even if you ain't paying attention to them, you ain't even really got to be looking at them. I mean, it's nice, it shows that you're listening, but at least that person feels like you're there when you're not in your phone. So another way that can help from staying so self-conscious of yourself and paying too much attention to small details and having those 100,000 thoughts in your head, instead of thinking of what you're gonna say or just thinking of things that are honestly irrelevant, listen. If that person's talking, instead of thinking about what you're gonna say next, instead of trying to think of a better story than theirs, instead of trying to top it, listen. You might hear something that they say that y'all have in common. You might hear something that they say that reminds you of something, and then you could just go off of a conversation off there. But you're not really gonna know where to go with the conversation if you are not listening. And it's a major plus for you fellas who can actually, you know, reiterate or repeat something that we've said to show us you're listening. You two ladies, but I just know it's very attractive to know that a man is listening to you. And men like when you care about stuff that they like, even if you don't care. Women, we all do it. Pretend to be listening to some football highlights or whatever, just because that's what makes your man happy, that's what he's interested in, and he listened to you ramble off about work or whatever else. So make sure you listen. This is the first date, and your first impression, even though it shouldn't be just permanent, because some people do get very, very nervous. It is a stamp. You never really forget your first time being alone or just being out with someone, and you want to have a good impression and you want to just listen to them, because sometimes listening to them can also tell you what this person's intentions are. You know, did they talk about sports the entire time that are playing on the TV in the restaurant, or were they talking about their life? Are they talking as if they are looking for something serious and ready to settle down and, you know, seriously date? Or are they just sitting here ramming off at the mouth about baby mama drama? If they got baby mama drama, run. But just pay attention to what that person is talking about, because obviously they asked you on this date and they are interested in you, they like you. So listen to what they have to say, because 9 times out of 10 they're going to talk about things they are very interested in. And also, if you really like this person and this date goes well, listening to them sometimes can help you plan out your next date, because you listen to them and you know what they like. When you go out, please, for the love of God, if you go out on a date with somebody, please don't mask. They asked out Classy Sally. They didn't ask out Hippie Holly because you're trying to be cool, or vice versa. Just be yourself. Don't advertise something that is not gonna be a permanent thing, because you can get involved and feelings get involved and you like this person and then they find out that you're really not the way they thought you were. and now they done left you and broke your heart because they like, no, you're fake. Or vice versa, you don't want to be with somebody and they turn out to be something that they're not. You don't want nobody's first encounter with you for them to just sit there and lie to you. And vice versa, if he acts out cool ass Sam and he wants to hang out, he wants to chill, don't show up as this stuck up bougie something. When you go onto his social medias, when you stalk him before your date, because you know you are, and guys too, we know you do it. Y'all stalked us, and that's what made y'all want to ask us on a date anyway, half the time. But anyways, when you go onto their page and you're stalking them and stuff like that, don't go looking at their exes or girls that they may have flirted with on there or whatever. Don't show up trying to be his ex. She's his ex for a reason. Don't show up trying to be his homegirl. You see he friends with people and you trying to show up and be like his friends, or you done read all his interests and stuff on his Facebook and now you're trying to show up and act like you're interested in all these things. Don't do that. One, it's just stalking is one thing. We all gonna do it. You ask me on a date, I'm gonna stalk you all up and down social media. But actually trying to be or mask myself to be something that you like based off of your page. The girls that he might have been with or hang out with, there's a reason that you're on the date and they're not. So while you're trying to be this way or look this way or whatever, he could be like, you know, I'm trying something different because he done had too much trauma with these type of females and now you done showed up looking like one of these type of females. Just don't do it. It's embarrassing, it's weird, and he gonna tell his friends about you and other people, and now you just weird. More weird than you already was. Just be yourself, be authentic, and if you're like me and your mind goes blank and you don't know how to respond or what to do or what to say, just go with the flow. Don't be too overbearing, don't be too dry, but just be normal or your best version of it. At least they'll know what they're getting or what they're, you know, signing up for. Because me, I will just come out and tell you, like, if my brain is just too fried and I'm too nervous, I don't know, I will just go ahead and tell you, listen, I'm socially awkward. You're making me nervous. Just be honest about how you feel so that they know maybe like the weird behavior or some of the things that you say or do. Like, you know, if you say something you realize, dang, I shouldn't have said that. It's okay to stop and be like, hey, I'm nervous, baby. You done took me out to dinner. And most of the time on a first date, you're not the only one nervous. He's trying to impress you too, or she's trying to impress you too. So don't even sweat it. Sometimes, I know for me, it helps me to relax if I see that person nervous. It makes me feel like I have more control, and then I just, you know, she comes out to play. So look for that.
Come on, girl. Bend it over, bend it over, bend it over, bend it over.
Just relax. If you have to loosen up before you go, if you know that, I don't know, maybe taking a shot before you go will help you, maybe smoking just a little bit, you know, just 2 hits will help you, then do that. But do not get drunk. Do not get drunk before you go on your first date with anybody. And don't get high. Just enough to get you through what you're trying to get through. If that's even something that helps you. I'm only recommending it to people who it helps, because I know some people, to loosen up and to not be so jittery and crazy and taking a shot or something like that helps them. So if it helps you, cool, fine, whatever. If you ain't never did it before, don't do it. Go over conversation starters with your friends. And you know, sometimes us girls like to be like, you know, I'm just gonna ask him what I want to know. Don't do that. Especially if you're socially awkward. Don't listen. If you have normal questions, just go over conversation starters with your friends. If you have a guy friend, or if you have a guy cousin or something like that, just be like, hey, you know, I'm going on a date with this guy. Do you think it'll be weird if I ask him this on the first date? Because sometimes I'm a woman and I want to know your social security number on the first date. I'm just playing. I don't know. Just go over conversation starters. You can even Google some. Pinterest is your bestie. And just Ask them questions that you wouldn't mind them asking you, or you wouldn't think it's weird if they asked you. Stop wondering if they like you. Like, just relax. Stop wondering if they like you, because you already on the date. If they didn't like you, you wouldn't be on the date. As the date goes, you can pretty much figure out somebody's intentions. And if somebody just F you over, girl, like, I mean, it happens. It's life. That's a risk you take when you go out on a date with somebody. But just relax. Even if it's just listening to party music before they come pick you up or before you leave. If it's doing self-care before you go so that you feel at your best. Just do what you need to do. Understand that you don't need to come on strong to anybody, sis. You are the catch. Don't worry about trying to keep this man. He needs to worry about keeping you. Don't be just too blunt and out there. Like, don't talk as if it's like, okay, let's just get to the point. Now, at a certain age, I understand that some women are like that. I'm not at the age yet, so I could not advise you that way. But I know as some women, when they're older and they're on a date, I mean, it just is what it is, you know? But, you know, for the most part, don't be too blunt. Don't come off as just raw. Take your time, relax, and understand that you were asked on this date because someone is intrigued. So let them explore. Don't let them explore too much, because you don't need to do all that on the first date. But I'm talking about mind-wise. Mind-wise. Even though you shouldn't be too blunt or come on too strong, also don't be afraid to speak up when boundaries are crossed. Like, if you have to be blunt because, you know, you're on the first date and he keeps hitting at 6 or hitting at this or hitting at that and you're not liking it, it's okay to then be like, okay, listen, what are we here for? Because just be honest with me, and then allow that person to be honest with you so that you can make a decision then. But ask them so that they can be honest. Like, when somebody just not getting a hint and they keep crossing lines and boundaries and triggering you or whatever, it is okay to be like, hey, like, this isn't cool, I don't like it. Now, don't just explode, but keep it cute and just tell them, hey, this isn't that type of party and this isn't what we're gonna do. Now, this can be kind of tough because, of course, we just want to get to the point, to the nitty-gritty, you know. What you ask me out for? Are you trying to marry me? Da 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 da. I want to get married one day. Da 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 da. Like, there's ways to say those things without coming out and saying, hey, I want to get married. Do you want to get married? On a first date. You guys can be talking about the future or plans that you have for yourself, and you can mention things like kids or stuff like that so that people can understand, you know, just little things. So you don't have to waste your time going on all these dates just to find out this person doesn't want kids and you want kids. Or just to find out that this guy doesn't believe in marriage and you want to get married one day. Don't spend 3 years in a relationship to understand that this person liked the house being on 73 degrees. Don't waste my time. It's a no. I'm just joking. But on a serious note, there's different ways for you guys to bring up conversation or bring up things without just being straight out like, oh, marry me. There are other ways to put your intentions on the table. You don't want to spend the entire date listing all the things that you don't like or comparing this person to your ex or even bringing up your ex. Don't bring up your ex. You know, it's okay to let that person know if you're vulnerable. Like, if you just got out of a relationship or if you're having trust issues and stuff, it's okay. This is the time to talk about those things. You're at an intimate place with this person right now. And it's okay to let them know, hey, I'm scared, I'm vulnerable. And if they ask, then it's okay to tell them. But don't just voluntarily start talking about your ex, because that will tell that person, look, this person is way too hurt, they ain't over it, I'm out of here. Yeah, the chance this person might go back to their ex if they say the right thing. I ain't got time for it. But don't not be honest with that person. It's okay to tell them the things that you don't like and the things that you do like. But again, don't spend the entire date being a negative Nancy and just, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, I don't like that. Especially if you don't even know what this person like. Don't spend the whole date talking about yourself. Don't spend the whole date talking about things you don't like. This is the time to understand and get to know what this person like. So then mentally, you can be like, I don't like that, or I like that, or I don't. There's different ways to get intentions out of people. And like I said, you can figure that out honestly just based on their conversation. You just have to talk to them. And if there's something you want to know, there's a way. Women, you know, there's ways. Men, you might not know as much, but there's ways to get information out of people without being straight on or coming on too strong. The only thing I will say to come on strong about or to just leave on the table is if you just want to hook up. If you just want to bump uglies and you trying to get your rocks off and that's it, nothing more, nothing less. If the date done went completely horrible or you realize you don't like this person and that's all you want to do, you should always be honest with that person about that. Like I said, give them the chance to make that decision for themselves as to whether they want to stay and deal with you or not. But if y'all like each other and y'all are vibing and stuff like that, obviously when you first sit down, y'all probably gonna be talking about your surroundings or the food or what you think you're gonna order, how old are you, stuff like that. But you have time to kind of warm up to a conversation. The main things that you need to be asking that person that can kind of break some ice is, do you have kids? Do you have anybody else you deal with? Which you should ask them if they had anybody else they deal with before you went on the date. So it wouldn't really make sense for you to ask that on the date. Have you ever been arrested? Do you have a felony? Have you ever been married before? Do you have a job? That's a good one. What do you do? Do you smoke? Do you drink? Marvel or DC? Some of these things really make a difference. And this doesn't just go for understanding their intentions. These are some of the questions that you can ask to better help understand your intentions of what you want out of this. If you see that this person is this way or that way, like, it can help you figure out where you want to go from here. If you're the jealous type, just tell them, listen, I'm the jealous type. I'm not too crazy. But what's mine is mine. This is my fish. You know, just let them know your intentions. Like, if we gonna do this for real, like, if you're trying to, you know, kind of be serious from the jump, and just let them know. Or if it's just one of those things where, I don't know, I gotta go on a few dates to try to figure it out. I'm the type of person, if I don't know, I'm not accepting the date right off. I'm not. I have to feel your vibe. I honestly don't even give guys the time of day unless I know that there's an interest there. And I usually don't have an interest with people that I don't want to be serious with. I don't just date around, so I can't give really good advice for that. Because when I date, this is what we're gonna do. So get with the program. And I mean, based off these questions alone, they can pretty much figure out your intentions. If you're asking the important questions, they know, okay, this person is taking me seriously. You know, if you're not really interested in stuff and y'all just talk about crap all night or hardly talk at all, then I mean, you can pretty much know where that's going afterwards. But if this person is actually interested and they're asking these type of questions, it already tells their intention. So if you're trying to be serious with somebody, or if someone's asking you these questions, then just understand that they like you a little bit. You got you a little person. It's always nice to have little people, a little person. Not kids. Oh gosh, not kids. Like, not kids. I mean, I want kids something. Oh, this is not about me. Look, if the date is just horrible and you already got it in your mind, I am never doing this again. Just enjoy the free food. If it's gone terrible and you said 100,000 different type of weird stuff to this person, and you know that your vibe has just killed everything, or their vibe has just killed everything, just just enjoy the free food, girl. And guys, I don't know, like, the food's not free for you, but enjoy a night out the house. Obviously, you asked this person out because they're pretty, so enjoy a night out with a pretty girl. Then you can go tell everybody else why she's single. So just run your mouth. So these are all the tips that I have for being socially awkward and dating. If you know a socially awkward person who needs to hear these tips, or if you know someone who's going on a first date soon, or just a date period, tag them down below. Comment your own advice down below on what you do to help you loosen up, or what you do to help you being socially awkward on a date, or just different good tips that I just may have left out. Because y'all, I gave these examples and tips like a socially awkward person. Like, I don't know, this is what helped me a little bit, so maybe it can help somebody, but just know I'd be freaking out too. So make sure you subscribe so you can see my kitty talk video next Wednesday. Make sure you go follow me on social media. Check out the makeup video that I have down below in the description, and stay tuned for Friday's vlog.